Hello, my beautiful mystic hearts, and welcome to today's love reading. If you're brand new to this channel, then it's lovely to see you. And if you are returning to this channel, then of course it's a warm welcome back to you again. So I was just getting the message through that there's been a lot of healing around you at the moment and a lot of abundance coming through. I was also hearing that. And that's due to this connection that was brought into your life. So it will be interesting to see what comes through in the cards today as we channel through these messages. I will be looking at or using the Beasts of Albion Oracle deck today. So it's a really lovely deck that I've just recently received. And I will also be referring through to this book as well. So there's a lot of really beautiful messages that this author, Miranda Gray, wants us to know through these cards. So I'll be referring back to this as we go through. So what I'll do is I will tap into your connection into your energy first, just to see what's around you, just to see how you're viewing this connection. And then I'll tap into the person on your mind as well. So just to see what's going on with them, just to see how they see this connection, and then hopefully then try to see what the next steps might be. All right, so let's start. So I will just start by shuffling this deck here and then just getting your energy into this deck. What does this beautiful collective need to know? What is around this beautiful collective? How are they seeing this connection? All right, so let's just get your energy into these cards. Now, these cards are very big, so bear with me. Thankfully, I have quite large hands. But bear with me here. All right. So we want the first card, please. All right, I think that's the one that wants to come out. So let's see. So what's this one? So this is how you're currently seeing the connection. So it's number 27. So that could be an important number to you as well. Maybe you're born on the 27th. Maybe the person on your mind is born on the 27th as well. Maybe the 2nd of the 7th, 7th of the 2nd. Maybe those are also important dates. But we've got the dolphin here to start with. So this is the very first card, just on how you're seeing this connection. All right, so the dolphin. So the characteristics of the dolphin are sensitivity, empathy, intelligence, playfulness, joy, graciousness, helpfulness, communication, intuition, emotions, and openness. So the dolphin represents emotional sensitivity and a deep feeling for people, although this may manifest in wearing the heart on the sleeve. It can also symbolize the ability to listen and to act on inner feelings, or it may signify the importance of interaction with others and the self-fulfillment this can bring. The dolphin has a love of life and cares deeply about people, animals, and the environment. Well, this is a really beautiful card. So this is around how you're seeing the connection. And I think that what I was picking up to start with is that given this is, the card all around caring, real softness is a word that's just coming through to my mind, but also real emotional intelligence too. So I think that this is something that you have been working on as a result of this connection. Is definitely that emotional intelligence around you, which is exactly what I was picking up to start with. I think you've been on a really emotional healing journey, which means that you've been really doing a lot of shadow work at the moment. So when you met this person, you were probably in quite a broken state, whether you even knew it or not. And I think that this person has really highlighted those areas in your life that you need to be working on. And I think that that's exactly what has happened. So you really have been going into deep introspection, deep into your wounding, and really into what needs to be healed out, which is really to be commended. So I think that this has been a really healing journey for you, is what you've been on. I also think that you are also a very emotionally intelligent person now, and maybe you weren't so emotionally intelligent before you met this person, before you started this journey with them. And I really get the sense that you are stepping into your power when we're talking about, your mission work as well. So I get the real sense that you've been able to tap into your intuition, into how you should be giving back to this world. And then that's all starting to manifest now, is what I'm hearing. So as a result of this incredible healing journey you've been on, you are starting to now step into your power and into your mission work. So you're able to be, to be starting to give back to this world, really trying to find how you should be giving back in whatever capacity that is. So you might actually be a reader yourself in some regard. You could also be a spiritual healer of some kind as well. I was just hearing Reiki potentially. Also spiritual counseling of some sort. I also heard that you might be online yourself as well. But this really is just this beautiful caring card. And I don't know if you were that caring or that in touch with your feelings. I was just hearing that. I don't know if you were that in touch with your feelings before this person came along and before you actually stepped onto your healing path. I really think that you've developed a lot of emotional intelligence since meeting this person. I also get a feeling that there was probably a lack of emotional intelligence with this person as well. I think that you are hoping that this person has also been on this journey. I feel like this person may have made you not feel like a priority, may not have been particularly emotionally intelligent with you. And I think you are hoping that this person is on their path just as much as you are, is really what I'm hearing. But for you, yeah, I just really feel like you've now stepped into your mission work and you know how to be giving back to this world. Also, dolphins could be really important to you as well. That could be one of your spirit signs. I'm just hearing that maybe dolphins is really important. I was also hearing too, for some of you, the person on your mind could actually have been very an emotional person. I'm also hearing that. So for some of you, this person may have also, maybe they brought this out in you. So maybe you were the person who could have potentially been quite avoidant. And this person has been bringing out this side to you, that you, for the first time in your life, are actually feeling comfortable with how to show emotion. Really, for the first time, being able to demonstrate emotional intelligence is also what I'm getting as well. So really beautiful energy with the dolphin. All right, let's get the next card. Okay, so the next, so I don't want to lose all the cards. So the next card for how you're seeing this connection is number 18. So number 18 could be important to you, but Brock as well. So let's have a look to see. It's also Badger. I see that as a Badger, but let's see. It's called Brock in this deck. But let's have a look. All right, number 18. So this is also about wisdom, empowering, and also teacher. So let's see what this says. So home loving, family, stability, tradition, comfort living. So the Brock represents love and peace, security, the home and family. It can symbolize reliability, but with a tendency towards staying on the safe path and showing an inability or unwillingness to be able to adapt or be adventurous. The Brock has the strength and determination to overcome any obstacles placed in the way of achieving a goal and can be powerful and fierce when threatened. So I think what I'm hearing straight away is that I think the relationship between you and this person, I think that you felt quite stagnant with this person, that maybe there was what you perceived at the time to be a lack of action. That this is really a very stable card. So maybe this person in your life was I'm just hearing that maybe they were just maybe too, when you guys met each other, they were maybe too stable. I just heard that. Um, yeah, that maybe that just wasn't as exciting as what you wanted it to be, which then led to issues between the two of you. Also, issues of conflict as well. But I'm also hearing that you probably weren't in a very particularly stable place, or you don't perceive yourself as being in a particularly stable place when you met this person. And this has been part of the shadow that you've been working on. So, as a result of you going on this journey as to healing out the shadow, discovering what your mission work is in this life, that you've been able to really establish this sense of home, this sense of stability for the first time. I don't think that you had a lot of stability around you or a place where you really could put down roots. I'm just hearing that you might have been a person that, was moving address every couple of, sort of every 6 months moving address, or not really being able to hold down a steady job. So being someone that maybe every couple of years and you were changing jobs. I've also heard, fighting with, having conflict with co-workers as well. So I don't know if you were a particularly stable person, or what society would deem to be a stable person before this person came into your life, and then before you then started to heal out this shadow. So I think now that you've done this work, that you're starting now for the first time in your life to really get a sense of home, that you're really starting to put down roots, that you're starting to mature. I'm just hearing that word, starting to mature for the first time, which is really beautiful. And like I said, I don't think that you at all would have been able to achieve this, being able to go through what all that you've been able to do in the last little while, had it not been for this person. I just keep getting that sense that you're very grateful to this person for being able to highlight the things in your life that needed to change. I'm also seeing the moon here as well. So I think that you're really starting to tap into your intuition. I think your intuition is playing a really big part in your life now, and your relationship, with your spirit team or your guides or whoever you pray to, I think is actually playing a really big part in your life now, um, which is something that may not have been such a focus before you met this person. And really, if this is the amount of healing that you've been doing, if this is what this connection means to you, then chances are you do identify with either a divine masculine, feminine counterpart connection, or also a twin flame connection. And really, this is what these connections, these type of connections, are designed for. This is what they're intended for. It's to bring about all of this healing in your life, to really ignite and to trigger all of that trauma within you, to really show you what your shadow is, and then to be able to then go through and then heal out what you need to heal, which will have been issues in your life, and causing instability for many years. And it's just something that you have not addressed until you met this person, which is really beautiful. All right, I'm going to get one more card for you. Just look at your overall energy and how you see this connection. And then we'll start to tap into your person on your mind as well. All right, so we've got here, so we've got the snake, so number 3. So you also could be seeing a lot of 3s as well. I'm also straight away seeing the ram here. So you could be, it looks like, like 2 rams to me. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. I just heard that straight away. So you could either be dealing with an Aries, of course, with the 2 rams, or it could be Sagittarius or Leo as well, the other 2 fire signs. I think I just said fire sign. I hope I said fire sign that you could be dealing with. Everything I say is for a reason though, but fire sign. You also could be a fire sign. All right, but let's see what the snake is bringing through to us. So number 3, the snake. Okay, so for the snake, it represents the growth process through several successive stages. This is actually really magic that this card would be brought out. It can also mean regeneration, the ability to renew your energies and to heal yourself, or it may signify change, which is necessary, however painful it may prove to be. The snake has the ability to grow, to achieve great changes through a series of small steps. So really magic that this card would come out just as we're talking about all of this. With the dolphin and the brock, and it says brock, but it looks like a badger to me. So with the badger energy, with the dolphin energy that's going through, also that message that I was picking up before I sat down to do this reading, that you are really going through this amazing transformation with this snake. It's just really magic, this journey that you've been on. And I do think that you look back at how far you've come, which would also mean then if you're in this energy, it would also mean that you have been on this journey for a while, and that you do understand the ups and downs of this journey and the different layers that you need to get through to ultimately come into inner union. I was just hearing that inner union. I was also seeing the Two of Cups energy as well. So I really think there's been a serious inner union with you. Also, you're probably learning now how to balance your yin and your yang as well, which is a huge part of this journey. So it's a really to be commended if you're really this far along. And also it speaks to how special this connection is. You've probably had doubt along the way on what this connection was and who this person is to you. But I think you really finally understand. I think you understand the purpose of a divine connection, that ultimately it's for that inner union and then to be able to then step into our mission work. I think you understand that, and I think you're really starting to balance those energies. I get almost a witchy vibe from this as well. So you actually could be part of a bit of a witchy collective. But I really think you're starting to really balance out your energies, really balance your yin and your yang. And as this card speaks to, it's not an easy journey. This journey, it's a very difficult, these are scars that you will have been avoiding since childhood. It's that shadow that we carry through with us since childhood. And essentially we just avoid having to heal it out because it's hard, right? It's a hard journey, the healing journey, that road, to choose that road, it's very difficult. But the reward in the end is more than worth it. Like it's very magic. All right, beautiful. So just to confirm then. All right, so I think we pretty much know your energy. I feel like we can probably tap into your masculines now, just to see what's going on. Like I said, I feel that this might be, that this is the divine feminine that we're tapping into. And then we'll tap into the divine masculine as well, just to see where he is along the journey. And then I might get your connecting energy as well. So I'm just going to read it out. I just want to just bring in your masculine's energy now. So I might just split this deck for fear of getting these everywhere. I just bring your masculine's energy in. Just want to see how your masculine is seeing this connection. All right, that's way too many. Oh, actually, is it? No, it's actually only 2. So I will take these 2. I'll show you what they were. So we firstly had the stag and we had the salmon. So let's take these and then I'll pull another one as well. But let's deal with the stag first. So this is how your masculine is currently seeing this connection. So number 19. The number 19 might also be an important number to you as well. Why did I straight away see the 19th of the 3rd? So maybe the 19th of March is a important date for you. Why do I feel like that might also be an Aries? That might actually fall within Aries. I'm sure you'll be able to confirm that for me. But I was picking up on Aries energy before. All right, it's number 19, the stag. So this is all about wisdom and empowerment. So the strength to run or fight, choice of, oh, it also says avoidance as well, responsibility, protection. So the stag represents the choice of whether to fight or flee from a situation. That's very interesting to be coming up for the masculine. It can mean that the possession of the strength to fight when concerned and the strength to sacrifice yourself for others or old ideas for new. The stag prefers to avoid confrontation, however, and often needs to be forced to stand firm rather than running away from events. So very interesting that this card would come straight through for the masculine, because the masculine by nature is an avoidance. They will have the avoidance veil on. The masculine, as part of their coping style, will avoid having to deal with their trauma, having to deal with their shadow for as long as possible. And so what happens in these type of connections into a divine counterpart connection is that the universe will continue to put karmic relationships and situations across the masculine's path until the masculine eventually finally surrenders to the journey and then surrenders to the divine, essentially. And so this is all of that stag energy. So just confirming that when you met this person, you really were, the masculine really was an avoidance with you, which means you would have had the longing veil or the chaser energy. He'll be in the chaser energy. He'll be in the runner energy, that real chaser runner dynamic. And I think that this is something that your masculine is trying to heal out, though. I think that he understands this about himself. Also, like yourself, this will be the first time in his life that he's been forced really to examine these issues, to really examine his, and I say him or her, he, she. This is not gendered. You could be identifying either with the masculine or the feminine. It just depends on your type of trauma and which journey you're on. You could also be identifying with bits of both, to be honest. Just depends on where you are with your journey. But the masculine will typically be avoiding, which is what has happened in this connection with you, is that he has been avoiding you. I think that this caused a lot of conflict in your life. Really, his inability to surrender to the connection with the two of you. I'm just hearing that, which I think plays on his mind a lot. Also, I feel that this masculine is that real stag energy, especially when you met him. That real, it's quite a strong energy. It's also I'm also seeing my Nine of Wands card as well. I'm just getting that feeling about the stag as well, that when you first met this person, he was a bit of a Nine of Wands. So, and it's sort of like my player card, really. The masculine, he's got a lot of wands out there. But I think that this is something that he's recognizing in himself. I think that he understands that this is his shadow that he needs to heal out. Also, as well, I'm just seeing this earring here as well. So whether your masculine might actually have an earring, that I just heard that your masculine might have an earring as well. But yeah, so definitely, wasn't avoidant, probably still does have avoidant tendencies. But as part of his shadow that he's trying, or the masculine shadow that he's trying to heal out, I think he's very aware of this stag energy that he has. All right, and the next card that popped out was the Salmon card. So number 25 here. Salmon always speaks to me about struggles, really trying to swim upstream. But let's have a look to see what message wants to come through for this one. So number 25. All right, so the characteristics. So this is knowledge, culture, memory, storytelling, perseverance, and determination. And so as I was saying, so really strengths as, through from trying to swim upstream, endurance as well. So the salmon can represent the stamina to battle against adverse forces blocking your path in life. It can also represent the acquisition of knowledge and the need to express and use it in everyday life. The salmon takes on seemingly impossible challenges, but its strength and determination often enable it to succeed where others have failed. So I think that this really speaks to what we were picking up with when that stag card came out, is that this masculine is really examining his shadow. I think he's had a lot of adversity in his life, which has led to him creating this shadow. So typically avoidants from a very young age have been told that they should be seen and not heard, that really that their opinions don't matter, and that there are a lot of other priorities that are much more important than them, and they sort of get this from a very young age. And as a result, then they grow up into childhood where really they grow out of childhood into adulthood, and then really that this is their only coping mechanism is around just staying quiet, avoiding situations, really not voicing their opinions as well. I'm just getting that, really just avoiding things entirely, especially if there was conflict with you in this relationship. So any conflict with you would have just triggered that avoidant tendency within this person. So really giving you the cold shoulder, just really shutting down, not talking, not communicating, a real blocked throat chakra energy. And that is very typical of an avoidant, because they don't want to be dealing with issues. Quite different trauma mechanism or trauma coping style than the longing veil or the chaser energy, which has got a real fear of abandonment. And it's just a very different coping mechanism, because the person with a fear of abandonment just wants to get everything sorted out very quickly. Is very anxious to do that. Whereas the avoidant doesn't want to. They really don't want to sort out anything, because that's what they've been taught. It's a coping mechanism from very early childhood, that it's best just to be quiet. And so this person really will have been swimming upstream, and battling, I feel, for their lives, really for most of their lives. It's been very difficult. You would also have knowledge of this as well, of the childhood trauma that this person has gone through. But as a result, they really have built up resilience, and they now have the resilience to be able to deal with their shadow and to be able to look at, at these wounds that they've been carrying, which is all about the salmon, the swimming upstream, building resilience, dealing with, the masculine to be dealing with his shadow, really is on this healing journey with you. I just get that sense that this masculine's really been on this healing journey, and it's a result of this connection with you. I think that you're the first person that has ever highlighted or triggered the need for healing within this masculine. And I think you've both been fighting for this. All right, so I'm just going to get one more card just to see. We've also got the dove energy on the bottom as well. I feel like I need to just talk about that. I will get another card, but I was just told there to talk about the dove. So let's just have a look at that. I'm trying not to mess up all the cards here, but the dove. Number 37, that also could be an important number. 37. So this is all around harmony, healing. So harmony, healing, true love, simplicity, innocence, faithfulness. So the dove represents the ability to give love for the purest reasons. It can signify the peace, harmony, healing, and transformation that comes through sharing love with people and with the land. There is, however, a danger of innocence leading to naivety, which can be exploited by others. The dove is a lover of peace and tranquility who brings the message of harmony into the lives of others. So I think that this is something this masculine has learned. This is part of that, healing out his shadow. That work that he's been doing is around, and really bringing harmony and healing into his life, and then ultimately into yours as well. It's such a beautiful energy, that dove energy. Um, I also think that he feels that he's been taken advantage of, just especially talking about the naivety and that others can take advantage, with the dove, is that maybe he feels that he's been really taken advantage of, or the masculine feels that he's been really taken advantage of um, over his life. But I just get a sense that he's coming to terms with that. He's really coming to terms with his shadow. He's really healing that out. I just heard addictions too. I think that addictions played a big part in your connection for the both of you. I think the both of you had issues around addiction. So whether that be alcohol, gambling, also substances potentially as well. But I think both of you are trying to bring this harmony into your life, and definitely the masculine as well, trying to bring in that harmony. Also the harmony and the connection between the two of you as well. So really trying to manifest that in. I just heard that. So really just trying to bring around just peace, just a peaceful life is what I've heard. All right, lovely. So I'm just going to get another card. Just one more card. Then I just might get the tarot, actually. Just hearing maybe get the tarot to then just break down this connecting energy and what your spirit teams want you to know. All right, so the last one we've got is the bull. You also could be dealing with a Taurus. So there could be earth energy here, so Taurus, but it could also be Capricorn, Virgo as well. I just heard that. But bull energy here. So let's see what the message is for the bull. And number 17 as well. All right, so the bull. So the bull represents steadfast determination to achieve a goal, or this may be perceived as stubbornness or the inability to accept new ideas. It can also signify raw energy for living life to the full, which may become destructive if unstable or uncontrolled. So very funny that I would be talking about addictions. And also when I was pulling through your cards as well, that maybe this connection became quite boring. I was hearing that as well. If you can remember when I first pulled that through that first card, and maybe this then caused issues with the two of you, that real stagnation within your connection, which I would think then that substances or some sort of addictions played into that. The bull has a strong, well-developed personality which matures into a stable, well-balanced attitude towards life. So this is what I was picking up on, is that I think that when you guys first met, I think there was a lot of conflict between the two of you. I feel that it really came through, that your relationship really stagnated, but that you're wanting to then move into this much more stable energy. And I think this masculine definitely wants to move into a much more stable energy with you, which, speaks to then around peace and harmony, in his life, which he'd then be able to then offer you this bull energy. I also heard as well quite stubborn. So I think that this masculine you were dealing with is quite stubborn. This is probably something you guys argued with about as well. But as part of the shadow he's trying to work out, I just heard that as well. As that he knows how stubborn he is when it comes to certain things and how rigid he can be. And so he's trying to heal this out as well. But I just get this real overall sense that you're both wanting to move into something really stable with each other. And like I said, I do think that addictions played a big part. I have this feeling that definitely for you, but also for this masculine as well, are actually stepping into a path of sobriety as well. I also just heard as well that someone might have just given up sugar. I just heard that, or something along those lines. So something to do with health as well, health and fitness. You've just given up something. Something like sugar or something along those lines. Maybe fatty foods. It's a funny, weird message to come through, but I just heard that as well. But I definitely think you guys are wanting to move into more this bull energy and stop being so stubborn with each other. That's what I just heard. Which means when you guys were in contact, I think that there was a lot of push and pull between the two of you. Both of you not really wanting to give each other any ground, which is not necessarily the best way to communicate with each other. But I think this is really positive energy that I think has come through for both of you. So you're in a very healing time. You know, you're really examining, your life's journey, your mission work. And the masculine is just really in very deep introspection at the moment, trying to heal out addictions, really trying to bring peace and balance into his life, while acknowledging, like I said, I keep seeing this bit of Knight of Swords energy as well. So I am going to get the tarot just to see. I just not too many tarot cards, I feel. I just want to get a quick message just to see the two of you, just to see this connecting energy. I will be really interested to see what comes through for you. All right, let me get these cards. Sorry, in an odd spot. Okay, let's get these for you. Just making sure they're all together. Just feel like I need to get the angel deck today. So let's deal with the angel cards. I just want to see what the connecting energy is between the two of you and really what your spirit team wants you to know. I do wonder if the Knight of Wands will come out. All right, that's way too many, but I will take those couple. All right, so how have they come out? I did actually shuffle that deck previously. So just in case you're wondering. So however these come out, in whichever direction. All right, so let's deal with these first. So we've got the Empress. Well, that's beautiful energy. We've got Page of Cups. We've got Temperance. Very interesting that card would come out. We've got Six of Cups. And then we've got Four of Swords, but then in the reverse, which is nice. I like to see that actually in reverse for me and what that means to me. All right. So hopefully you can see those cards properly there. So we've got, firstly, we've got Empress. So the Empress is beautiful energy. It means that you're both stepping into a really abundant path, but also that's the Divine Feminine card. So it doesn't surprise me that it came out in this reading, because you are definitely stepping into a beautiful Empress glow. And it's just confirming everything we've been talking about in this connection, right? Is that you really, as a number 3, that could also be a really important number. I think number 3 came out before as well. So you could be seeing 333s as well, or just a lot of repeating numbers. But you're really stepping into your abundance, that real Empress glow about you, really that divine feminine energy. which makes sense given all of the healing work that you've done. The fact that I think that you have stepped into your mission work as well. If you haven't actually stepped into your mission work, then you definitely have an idea of what that is. But but your team really just sees you glowing in this Empress glow. It also means too that I think that your masculine is also starting to learn how to balance his yin and his yang as well. So his masculine and feminine traits, I think he's also starting to learn how to balance those. And he's also probably starting to listen to his intuition. Um, trying, really that emotional intelligence card that we spoke about before. So I think that both of you were stepping into that energy, but I think so is your masculine as well, which is really beautiful if both of you were there in that Empress glow. It's also the card of abundance, which means that in your not only in your relationships, although probably in your relationships, but also in your pentacle path as well, you probably are stepping into a very abundant time in your life. This could be for the both of you as well. I'm hearing that both of you are stepping into a really abundant path. It's also the card of pregnancy as well. I just heard that, so a couple of you might be just found out that you're pregnant, or that someone very close to you was pregnant as well, just to tie you to this reading. But then we move on to the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is exactly what we were talking about, is that new emotional beginning, really developing new ways of being able to communicate with others, a new emotional start, is just what I heard. It's just really a far better way, much healthier communication styles is the other thing I just heard as well. So that would be not just for both of you, not just in your personal lives with each other, but also more broadly. So, with friends and family, work colleagues, it's just a far better way of communicating from that real emotionally intelligent perspective, which brings us back to that other card, that I first pulled up for you as well. With the dolphin, I do believe it was just that real emotional intelligence card, which I believe that you're now developing. This will be for the both of you. If you are divine counterparts, then you will be mirroring each other. And then that brings us then into the Temperance card, which is all about balance. And as I've said a couple of times now, it's around balancing that the masculine, feminine, the yin and the yang. It's really about internal balance, and also with balance, with around you as well. Temperatures is also with Archangel Michael as well, so providing protection. So you could resonate a lot with Archangel Michael, but it's very much around, like I keep saying, just balance, which would not have been in either of your lives had the two of you actually not met each other, which is very special. And then we've got Six of Cups. We've got Six of Cups, which is all around reminiscing. It's also the card as well about inner child healing, which I think both of you have been on. So it is an inner child healing card, but it's also that reminiscing card. So thinking about each other, about this connection, which means that this is your connecting energy, which means that both of you are thinking about this. And really, what are your next steps in this connection going to be? I think that's really on both of your minds at the moment, which then leads us into the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords in the upright is a real overwhelm card. It's the need to take time out. You've got a lot of mind ache. There's a lot of for want of a better word, drama going on around you, but you're really having to take time out of that, out from life. It's a real, you're just feeling very overwhelmed with everything, which is, I think, the energy that you guys were both in. But now you're coming out of that. You're coming out of that Four of Wands energy. I think that both of you have been really reminiscing on this connection, on each other, really doing a lot of that inner healing, that childhood wounding work, to really heal that out. And I think both of you now understand what you want from this connection and really what you both want going forward. which is really beautiful energy. I feel like I need to get another couple of cards for this. Only because I just want to see if I'll be told as to what's the outcome here. What's the outcome? So obviously the outcome of all of this journey has been the fact that you are now on that Four of Swords in reverse energy. So you both understand what you want now. But what is the outcome going to be? I want to just pull through a few cards for outcome, please, universe. All right, what's the outcome going to be? Well, straight away we've got 10 of Pentacles, which is a really beautiful card. It means that you guys, ultimately see, fulfillment with each other. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a bit of difficulty with the cards here. I just don't want to mess them all up here. All right, so we've actually got the Lovers in reverse straight away. We had the Hermit. We've got the Fool, and then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. All right, so this is just around, what is the outcome going to be for you guys? So at the moment, I think you are definitely in, or you're both feeling like you're in, the Lovers in reverse. I definitely think that you both see each other as a divine counterpart, that this is, that this is a soul contract between the two of you. It's a really beautiful energy. As you know, it's soulmate energy. So you clearly both see each other as soulmates. But there has been distance between the two of you, right? I don't think that there has been really any communication, I don't think, between the two of you for quite some time. And I think that that's really weighing on both of your minds at the moment. I think that you are both feeling a little unloved at the moment, if I'm honest. You've both been going on your independent healing journeys, really stepping into your divinity, into that divine power. But I don't think that either of you have had the courage to take that step yet, which is all around, then leading into that Hermit in reverse energy, which is exactly it. So the Hermit in reverse is all around isolation. So to me, the Hermit in the upright it's quite a positive card. It means you're taking time out, really going into deep reflection, self-reflection. But in reverse, it's actually around isolation, not really reaching out to each other. Maybe it's time that you stopped isolating yourself. I just heard that as well, that maybe, it is time to come out of that Hermit energy now, that you understand what you want from a connection. Also, in isolation with each other as well, which would make sense if there's been some distance for some time. But yeah, I just get the sense that you guys now both want to move on. You want to take that step towards each other, which is the Fool. You really do want to take a step towards each other. Right? This masculine does want to come forward as you want him to come forward as well. So that ultimately you can be the Lovers in the upright, is what I was hearing. But I think, yes, both of you have been in a bit of self-isolation at the moment. And then ultimately the two of you will end up taking a step towards each other. Definitely the masculine wants to come forward, but you then both see each other as the Ten of Pentacles. So your ultimate, I want to say wish fulfillment, so that's really not the wish fulfillment card, but ultimately, the Ten of Pentacles is a really beautiful energy. It's that real completion energy. That you both see each other as your divine counterpart, as your ultimate ending, is what I just heard. Your ultimate ending is what you're seeing here. All right, beautiful. I might just finish off as well with a couple of message cards. I like to finish off with these message cards just through from the masculine. It does add on a little bit to the reading, but I just like to get these through. But yeah, I just have this feeling this masculine really does want to come through to you. He really does. And you both see each other as this Ten of Pentacles, this this real wish fulfillment, the ultimate ending with each other. All right, let's just get a couple of message cards through from the masculine. I just heard too as well, just with the Empress. This could also be a lot of earth energy here as well. So I'm just hearing Virgo, Capricorn, also Taurus as well. So Taurus came out with that Bull card as well. So I'm just getting earth energy and fire energy as well a lot with this reading. So either you are or the masculine is. All right, and let's get on a couple of these message cards. Hopefully everything stays together here. Right, so this was the first card that came out. So number 7, you could be seeing a lot of number 7s, but I just dream and wish for everything. Well, yes, you could have also both just seen each other in a dream as well. So he definitely is thinking about you, this masculine. He definitely wants to come through. There we go. They are waiting for you. So this masculine, definitely, like I said, I think you're both very much, when the Six of Cups came out, right? So you're both reminiscing about each other at the moment. You're definitely both never far from each other's mind. Number 15, I am obsessed with your body. The number 7, so here we go, so 7-7. Like I said, you could be seeing a lot of 7-7s at the moment, 7-7-7. But wait. I certainly hope this masculine is hoping that you will wait for him. As I think that crosses your mind as well. I think you're both wanting each other to wait for each other. And then we've got the number 8. I just want you all the time. So just confirming that definitely you were never far from this masculine's mind. I think you're both very much on this healing journey together. And I think you know that there's just no way this amazing abundance would have been brought into your life had it not been for this masculine. I know it's been a very tricky journey. You have been on this journey for quite a while, but you're now, I think, taking stock of everything that's happened, and I think you're a little bit amazed, to be honest, just how far you've come. All right, beautiful. All right, well, that really finishes the reading for today. Thank you so much. It was really beautiful to read that energy. It would be lovely to hear from you in the comments if this reading does resonate. And I would ask that you like and subscribe to this reading as well. Also through to this channel. If you have made it through all of this reading, all of my talking, all the way through to here, I would ask that you like and subscribe. It obviously not only helps me, but really helps YouTube get these messages out to, helps that algorithm to really get these messages out to those that need to hear them. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next reading.